welcome into the WRMN 10 o'clock news. I'm Dennis Green. On today's stories, we've got a few. Maps and guides help neurodivergent travelers with sensory overload at airports. And anybody can walk in and connect for 100 years of original children's books and art that stirs memories in Libertyville. And suspects have been arrested in the Museum Louvre heist. But before we get to that, let's check in with our weather. It's currently 52 degrees here in the Fox River Valley as we march up to our Monday high of 57 with our bright and sunny skies for the day. Tomorrow, we start to get a little bit of cloud coverage and a few more degrees for a high of 59. That cloud coverage continues through Wednesday and Thursday, where the high of the mid-50s sticks out over there, but we start getting a low below 40. You can listen to the WRMN 10 o'clock news Monday through Thursday right here at 10 o'clock. This is the Chicagoland area's earliest 10 o'clock news. Let's get into some lottery numbers over this weekend. This is Sunday's drawing for October 26th results. The midday pick 3 came in at 4, 4, 4 with an 8 on the end. The midday pick 4 came in at 6, 0, 8, 9 with a 3 on the end there. Evening pick 3 comes in at 5, 2, 4 and a 0 on the back. Evening pick 4, 8, 7, 3, 0 with a 3 on the back of that. The midday lucky comes in at 2, 6, 13, 26, 34, and the evening lucky 6, 15, 19, 32, and 36. Monday's lotto will be worth $5.9 million, and Monday's Powerball is up to $358 million, and the Mega Millions a whopping $714 million. Good luck to all of you out there. We've got a few quick things of deadly crashes to just clear off the news board here. Two dead in a crash on I-88 on Sunday. 2 people were killed during a Saturday night crash on I-88 near North Aurora, Illinois, state police said. State police responded at approximately 8:10 p.m. to the westbound lanes of I-88 near Mitchell Road and Kane County. Police said 2 vehicles were involved in the crash. 2 people were pronounced deceased on the scene. 2 lanes of traffic were closed for an investigation and reopened at approximately 1:19 a.m. on Sunday. The crash is under investigation, and police didn't provide further information. Another fatal crash in Carpentersville. The Carpentersville police responded Sunday morning to the scene of a fatal traffic crash at Route 31 and Gentle Breeze Terrace. Police posted a message on Sunday on social media about the crash around 9 a.m. on Sunday. The roadway was closed in both directions, but was reopened by 11 a.m. Police said they would provide updates. When we come back, we'll get into Schaumburg firefighters give assistive device to a girl with epilepsy and cerebral palsy. And on our big stories for the day, suspects are arrested in the Louvre Museum heist, and anybody can walk in and connect in a Libertyville exhibit celebrating 100 years of original children's book art that will stir memories. Stick around. We've got more WRMN 10 o'clock news after this.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
An official message from Medicare.
Couple more minutes and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money.
Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
They're simple, boring, never thought of until they're needed. They're windshield wipers. Only when Mary Anderson became annoyed that New York trolley drivers were stopping to wipe their windshield by hand did anybody do something about it. By attaching a spring-loaded arm to a rubber blade, one woman made travel easier and safer. Look to innovate and pass it on from passiton.com.
WRMN 10 o'clock news. Schaumburg firefighters give assistive device to a girl with epilepsy and cerebral palsy. Kelly's Schaumburg backyard billowed with foam Sunday as friends, neighbors, and area firefighters joyously soaked themselves. They were celebrating her daughter's Savannah's upcoming 9th birthday and a surprise gift from Project Fire Buddies that promises to transform the young girl's life. The gift, a guided hands assistive device, will allow her to write, draw, and communicate independently using upper arm movements. Savannah was born with epilepsy and diagnosed with cerebral palsy 2 years later. She has limited verbal communication, about 10 words total, and relies largely on a communication device with buttons to express needs. She's not independent, Kelly said. We've always helped her to write hand over hand. This device, which Kelly discovered at an expo at the Schaumburg Convention Center, straps onto Savannah's arm, allowing her to hold tools like markers independently. Liana Gianovasi, founder of Imaginable Solutions and inventor of Guided Hands, said in a press release, "Seeing children express themselves using guided hands and be creative is what drives us each day." Kelly said, it's going to do magic for us. It's basically my hand. The celebration features a foam party provided by Varsity Foam. Savannah's face radiated excitement at the prospect of writing her name independently. Savannah's 16-year-old caregiver, Bennett Spies, helped decorate a balloon display and archway scented with butterflies that reflected the party's theme, Disney's Encanto. Spies said, "She just is such a joy. When you're around her, you just smile with her." Schaumburg firefighters from the local chapter of Project Fire Buddies delivered the gift. Project Fire Buddies partnered with fire departments to offer support for critically ill children and their families. The connection between Savannah and the local firefighters began 2 years ago during a medical crisis. Savannah experienced multiple seizures in one day, and Schaumburg firefighter Sari Turner was among those responding to the 911 call, helping carry Savannah to her bed. A year later, Turner reappeared when Make-A-Wish Foundation provided Savannah with a backyard pool. Turner and her fellow firefighters came to fill the pool. That's when Turner told Kelly about Project Fire Buddies and encouraged her to apply. Kelly, Savannah's mother, recalled, "As she was driving away, I texted her, 'Oh my gosh, you are the one that carried my daughter.'" Turner said, "Being a part of Project Fire Buddies and getting to support Savannah and Kelly has been incredibly meaningful." Turner said that, who was unable to attend. In a statement, she said, "Watching their faces light up when we visit reminds us why we do what we do." Savannah completely mobile in her wheelchair with her what her mother calls moon wheel, Michael Jackson moves, also uses a walker. She attends a special needs classroom in Schaumburg Township Elementary District 54. "We are 2 years seizure-free," Kelly said proudly. Schaumburg Fire Lieutenant Jason Brazel explained that Project Fire Buddies has 6 board members from the fire department's chapter. The organization's primary mission is community outreach, supporting children with critical illness through at least 3 visits per year on birthdays, holidays, or check-ins. Brazel said, "Our whole job is to help people in the community. This is nice because we're discovering gifts and joy and happiness." Jessie Discard, a friend from Palatine, came with her 4-year-old daughter Cora, who has cerebral palsy. Discard said, "Since Cora is younger, we look up to Savvy as far as what her future can be like." All those great stories and events can be read over at the Daily Herald. Lots of things to be able to read about. Before we go, we're going to talk about one more fire. There were 2 minor injuries in a multi-vehicle fire at Woodfield parking deck. A multi-vehicle fire broke out Saturday at the Macy's parking deck at Woodfield Mall, causing 2 minor injuries, fire officials said. 1 person was taken to an area hospital. The fire, which occurred at 2:21 p.m., involved 3 vehicles, with 2 cars sustaining heavy damage and 1 sustaining light damage. According to fire officials, the fire originated from a medical issue, although they were unable to confirm its nature. They said there was a collision, but were unable to provide additional details. A bystander successfully rescued a trapped driver, officials said. Schaumburg firefighters quickly responded. There is a station near the mall and extinguished the fire using a blanket with foam mixed with water due to fuel that leaked onto the ground. The fire was contained to the open-air top level of the parking deck near door 5, with no reported damage to the mall's interior or nearby structures. When we come back, we're going to talk about the misunderstood animals for Halloween, Christmas craft fair coming up at the Warrenville Museum, and of course, there is a Libertyville 100 Years of Original Children's Book that stirs memories for this exhibit. Stick around, more WRMN 10 o'clock news coming up after this.
Are you dreaming of a getaway? Want to leave the stress of daily life behind? Whether it's a relaxing cruise or an adventurous land escape, planning the perfect vacation doesn't have to be a hassle. At Cruises International, they specialize in vacation destinations, land and sea, making your dreams come true. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, Cruises International isn't just about booking travel. They're your personal concierge, trusted travel advisor, and advocate. Your preferences are unique, and they'll take the time to understand exactly what you're looking for. From personalized service to their global network of specialists, they ensure that your vacation is tailor-made just for you. It's time to plan the vacation of a lifetime. Call 800-255-7447. That's 800-255-7447 today and speak to a cruise and vacation expert. Cruises International. It's time to set sail to your dream destination.
Kids today live in a world full of social pressure, bullying, and substance abuse. LEAD has a solution. LEAD connects law enforcement agencies with schools to deliver tested, proven, and effective anti-drugs and violence training to kids. Learn more about LEAD, Law Enforcement Against Drugs and Violence, and our work to create safer, healthier communities at leadrugs.org or on social media at We Are LEAD. Sponsored by LEAD, Inc.
Ready to tackle your junk piles? Call the Junk Luggers. From old furniture to entire cleanouts, we do the heavy lifting. And here's the best part. We rehome and recycle as much as possible to keep it all out of landfills. Feel good about your cleanout the green way. Call 1-800-LUG-JUNK or visit junkluggers.com today for your eco-friendly, stress-free service.
Back to the WRMN 10 o'clock news. Extraterrestrials invaded Chicago Street in Elgin this weekend. As if zombies weren't enough to worry about, downtown Elgin was the scene of an extraterrestrial invasion Saturday night during the annual Nightmare on Chicago Street. The 13th iteration of the Halloween's Fright Festival featured thousands of revelers in the streets of downtown Elgin's Safe Zone, while hundreds of performers, including zombies and alien actors, musicians, and dancers, lurched along the streets and entertained on multiple stages. This year's alien invasion theme was premised on extraterrestrials using televisions and lost VHS tapes to unleash horror on the Earthlings. Juan Petrus of Rockford was at his fourth nightmare and was happy to see a thinner crowd earlier in the night than years past. He said it's always a good time. He said it while sipping a drink and watched the crowd on South Grove. Being able to walk around and see all the costumes is the best. Juan and his friends paid for VIP tickets, which allowed them early entrance and early food and drink before the crowds showed up after 8 p.m. The sprawling event area included 3 stages with music, including performances on the main stage by a 12-piece brass funk band, My Son the Hurricane, the 1990s throwback band Nerdvana, alt-punk band Take the Reins, and DJ Cold. The Plaza stage featured the Afro-Latin grooves and punk rock energy of La Misa, as well as Chicago's future nobodies, Latin-based DJ JTC, and hardcore ska band La Probosca. Select businesses within the Safe Zone were open and offering food and specialty drinks. The event also featured 4 themed pop-up bars for guests with all-access tickets, with settings that included a forgotten video store, a secret science fiction facility, an Aztec underworld, and mad scientist mansion. 7 street experiences, including themes of First Contact, Safe Zone, and Cirque du Freak, Kingdom of Plante, and Thunderdome, Welcome to the Bloodlands, and Svengoolie's B-Movie Boulevard, which included a meet and scream with Svengoolie himself. Dozens of vendors lined the streets selling food, drinks, and merchandise, while Bazaar Bazaar, a haunted marketplace, offered creepy crafts, occult oddities, and more. Check out some of the coverage of that event still live on our YouTube channel over at WRMN Radio. You can find us at youtube.com. Let's do a few of our quick stories here as we head over into our break. It is currently 53 degrees out in the Fox River Valley as we march up to our 58-degree high on this beautiful sunny day. Just in time for Halloween, adults can learn about bats, spiders, and other misunderstood animals Wednesday in a free program at Mundeleин's Fremont Public Library. The hour-long interactive program is set for 7 p.m. in the events room on the second floor of the library at 170 North Midlothian Road. It'll be led by Sharon Peterson of Incredible Bats. Registration is required. To register, visit fremontlibrary.org. St. Charles is also setting up a meet and greet with the police chief. St. Charles residents can get to know the city's new police chief this week. The St. Charles Police Department will host an open house from 3 to 6 p.m. on Tuesday for the public to meet Police Chief Daniel Likens. Likens took over as the department's top cop in September. He's had a long career in law enforcement. His first sworn position was as an Illinois State Police patrol trooper stationed in Elgin in 1997. In 2023, he became Assistant Deputy Director of the Illinois State Police Division of Criminal Investigation. When we come back, a few other things happening here in the Fox River Valley. We've got maps and guides help neurodivergent travelers with sensory overload at airports. And our headline story that anybody can walk in and connect over at a Libertyville exhibit featuring 100 years of original children's book art that stirs memories. Stick around. You're listening to the WRMN 10 o'clock news.
Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Rain X, America's #1 wiper blade. A Glen Ellen woman, Irina Bogoslavska, faces federal wire fraud charges for allegedly defrauding a retail company of over $900,000 through online return schemes between October 2023 and October 2024. Prosecutors say she used aliases, fake SKUs, multiple credit cards, and different addresses to return items, sometimes repeatedly or claiming they were lost in the mail to obtain refunds. Authorities also allege she exploited gift cards to purchase and return items for additional refunds. A search of her home uncovered hundreds of items, thousands in checks and cash, and more than 600 gift cards linked to the scheme. Target announced Thursday that it will cut about 1,800 corporate jobs to simplify operations and speed up decision-making as it works to regain customers. The incoming CEO told employees the move aims to reduce organizational complexity that has slowed progress. The Elgin City Council unanimously gave preliminary approval to allow allowed DACA recipients to be hired as firefighters and paramedics, closing a gap that previously excluded them from these roles. The city already employs DACA recipients, including 3 police officers, and does not require U.S. citizenship for any city job, only legal work authorization. Council members and the fire department emphasized that the move would expand opportunities, boost diversity, and help address staffing shortages. Fire Chief Rob Kagan and the Firefighters Union expressed full support, noting the policy aligns with similar nationwide trends in public safety hiring. A 20-year-old man and his mother helped subdue a 19-year-old man who stabbed the son outside of a Chick-fil-A in Oswego hours after the suspect killed a delivery driver inside the restaurant. Police say Darrell Lee Jr. broke into the restaurant early Wednesday, attacking delivery driver 52-year-old Tracy Land, who died at the scene. Later, Lee stabbed the maintenance worker outside, but the victim and his mother overpowered him. Lee now faces multiple charges, including first-degree murder, attempted murder, and armed robbery, and is in custody awaiting court. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Hey, at Total Wine & More, you'll love what you find this Halloween.
Me thirsty.
Oh, hey, Frankenstein. Did you enjoy that Cabernet?
Oh, good. Want margarita?
Well, all the villagers are raving about this tequila.
Ooh.
And we have it at the lowest price in town.
Economical.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
What was that?
That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to handle the busy holiday season, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
At Britain's Touchless Car Wash, they know life gets busy. That's why they're here 24/7 to keep your car looking spotless, fast, and easy. Their advanced brush-free wash technology delivers a sparkling clean without a single scratch, because they treat your car like it's their own. Here's the best part. Right now, you can get a free car wash just for joining their text club. It's simple. Just text BRITT to 30400, and your first wash is on them. Britain's Touchless Car Wash has 2 convenient locations, 1923 Larkin Avenue in Elgin and 555 Willow in West Dundee. They're proud to keep your car clean while giving back to our community. Text BRITT to 30400. That's BRITT to 30400. Now for your free car wash, and see why Britain's Touchless Car Wash is the fast, gentle, and reliable choice.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. Today, sunny with a high near 59, temperatures falling to around 56 in the afternoon. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 40. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 56, and temperatures falling to around 54 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 52 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
Welcome back to the WRMN 10 o'clock news. I'm Dennis Green. Be sure to follow us over on YouTube. You can find us at youtube.com at WRMN Radio. Anybody can walk in and connect. 100 years of original children's book, Art Stirs Memories. Even for those who never read the children's classics or had such books read to them, a new exhibition at the Dunn Museum in Libertyville is meant to spark memories. You may not have heard of Theodore Grizzle, a writer and illustrator, for example, but his work as Dr. Seuss is known worldwide. For generations, picture books and their unforgettable images have been essential in the education of children. That's still true with new characters entering the collective consciousness. Childhood Classics, 100 Years of Original Illustration, features original artwork for more than 75 beloved children's books and follows the evolution and influence of illustration in American children's literature. Sarah Noble Ives' pen and ink Mother Goose artwork, Maurice Sendak's Where the Wild Things Are, Garth Williams' portrayal of Stuart Little, and the digital creations of Mo Willems are among a long timeline of varied offerings and familiar characters. Elisa Furcus explained, "Everything starts with a picture." She's the director of education for the Lake County Forest Preserve District, which operates the museum at its headquarters in Libertyville. She said this exhibition is special because I think anybody can walk in and connect and share the moments on display, added Alicia Fullerton, museum operations manager. The exhibit is available with the price of general admission and runs through January 19th. For ticket information, visit lcfpd.org/museum. Fullerton said the goal of childhood classics is to bring generations together through storytelling. The exhibit celebrates illustration as both an art form and a shared memory, while connecting to the Dunn Museum's own collections of educational missions. Visitors on a recent weekday included Wakanda mom Christine Keller and her daughters Mickey and Lizzie, both Mickey 3 and Lizzie 5. The girls are homeschooled, and the family's first visit to Dunn was considered a learning experience. "We read every single night," said Keller. "Dr. Seuss is a go-to selection, but Richard Scarry is also on the list." The girls may have been too young to appreciate the nuances, but they enjoyed the puppet characters and other interactive features, such as the smell of cookies from If You Give a Mouse a Cookie series. Keller said the exhibit included, quote, "stuff I haven't thought about for a long time. We go to the library every week, so we have a big stack of books to read," Keller added. "I'll probably pick up a Madeline book." The traveling exhibition was curated and organized by Lee Cohen and his wife, who operate Art Candy near Los Angeles. The couple has been collecting illustrations for about 35 years and got the idea while reading to their young son. According to Cohen, "We became connected with the narrative art of children's books. Picture books are where our lifetime of reading begins." Fullerton said illustrations, especially early on, weren't regarded as high art and mainly were discarded. She said to have some of those pieces that were kept is very cool. The Dunn Museum, formerly known as the Discovery Museum and based at Lakewood Forest Preserve in Wakanda, until closing in 2016. The Golden Books exhibit were popular there. Furcus said, "We knew that was successful, so we wanted to bring something like that back again." Read more about it on today's Daily Herald edition. When we come back, we've got plenty of news. The Aurora mayor investigates Fed's protester arrest. And we've also got maps and guides help neurodivergent travelers with sensory overload at airports. Stick around, more news coming up here on the WRMN 10 o'clock news. We'll be right back after this.
Hi there, Tammy Scully here from Talk Time with Tammy and Friends. Join me and my sidekicks Nancy and Becky for valuable lifestyle tips and unique views and insights on interesting topics and everyday situations, providing nonstop fun and chuckles for all. Get the scoop on consumer news, deep dive on current events, and learn about the newest economic trends, from exercise and gardening to music, travel, recipes, sports, pets, real estate, media, and everything in between. And it's all sprinkled with a healthy helping of bad dad jokes and interesting fun facts to boot. Tune in Mondays through Thursdays from 2 to 4 p.m. for a little fun, frolic, and infotainment. Join us, won't you?
Hi, this is Sue with Newman's Corner Pub in Hampshire, Illinois. Are you looking for the perfect hangout spot? Swing by Newman's Corner Pub right at the corner of 72 and State Street in Hampshire. Enjoy fantastic drinks, live music, and a fun crowd that makes every visit special. Test your luck with our hot slots and our Queen of Hearts drawing every Saturday at 3 p.m. Challenge your friends to darts or pool while you're here. Newman's Corner Pub, where every day feels like a weekend. Visit us at Route 72 and State Street in Hampshire. That's Newman's Corner Pub, your new favorite spot.
Ever tried balancing a dozen eggs in one hand while hopping on one foot? Or maybe juggling cats while riding the unicycle? Sounds ridiculous, right? But guess what? That's exactly what texting while driving is like. Your human brain only has the capacity to focus on one thing at a time. So when you're behind the wheel, give driving your undivided attention.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
To the WRMN 10 o'clock news. The Aurora mayor investigates Fed's protester arrest. Aurora Mayor John Laish is looking into what happened Saturday that resulted in federal immigration law enforcement agents taking a woman to a hospital to be treated for tear gas injuries. Laish videotaped activity outside of Rush Copley Medical Center, including a demonstration by protesters. He said the woman was arrested near Allen Elementary School on Farmsworth Avenue on the city's east side. Laish said he was told it is the second time this month the woman has been arrested and pepper sprayed at a protest in Aurora. He said she is a U.S. citizen who is married to a man of Mexican descent. On social media, people said the woman was pulled out of her car while her infant was in the back seat. On a video taken by a protester, people repeatedly pointed out that at least one of the federal agents' vehicles did not have license plates and asked Aurora police officers at the protest to do something about it. Some accused Aurora police of cooperating with federal agents. Federal authorities have taken to driving vehicles without plates after activists were recording the information and sharing it with other activists who were warning people about the presence of agents in certain areas. Illinois Secretary of State Alexis Giulianis has said it is illegal for agents to switch or remove license plates. The Daily Herald has requested comment from the Department of Homeland Security, which oversees Custom and Border Patrol and Immigration and Custom Enforcement. Lesh said people are working to hire a lawyer for the woman and that he is considering donating to the effort. There is no indication in federal or Kane County court records that she has been charged with a crime. He said he has contacted the East Aurora District 131 school superintendent to see if the video footage of what happened at the school is available. Lesh said he asked Kane County State's Attorney Jamie Mosser whether the hospital had the right to ask federal agents to leave. Mosser had told him they did because it was private property, and private property owners don't have to let law enforcement in without a judicial warrant. Lesh said hospital officials told him their attorney advised them not to evict the agents. Read more and follow the story over at thedailyherald.com. We head over to another story where two were found dead in a Palatine apartment. Palatine police are investigating the deaths of two people in an apartment Friday in the 1000 block of North Sterling Avenue. Police were called around 9:26 p.m. to help an ambulance crew. Officers found the bodies of an 84-year-old woman and a 57-year-old man. The Cook County Medical Examiner Office has identified them as Karen L. Zinke and David W. Zinke. It has not determined the cause of manner of the death as of Saturday night. Police say there is no threat to public safety. They declined a further information as of Saturday night. Let's get to one of our main stories for today as well. There are maps, guides that all help neurodivergent travelers with sensory overload at airports. Navigating the ticket counter, security screening, and sheer breadth of one of the world's busiest airports can be a bit of a gauntlet for any traveler. That stress is amplified for passengers with conditions such as autism, who are more sensitive to the intense noises, lighting, and scents at O'Hare International Airport. Chicago Department of Aviation ADA Coordinator Rodriguez explained, there's a lot of talking, announcements, crowds. There's a lot of process. The security screening, getting your ticket, getting to the gate. That's why the CDA now is offering new tools at O'Hare and Midway International Airport to make the trip more comfortable and predictable for neurodivergent flyers. Rodriguez said on Wednesday, this initiative's very important because for people with sensory sensitivities, there's a lot of things they have to take into account before any experience. The city's enhanced accessibility program kicked off September 24th and offers 4 different strategies for a smoother journey. Before traveling, passengers can watch immersive videos that capture the noise of airport buses and trains, clatter of baggage carts, clatter of passengers, beeps from machinery whirling, and walkways, and crescendo of jet engines. Also available are social stories, guides offering step-by-step details of arriving and departing, plus reassurances such as, the airport will be busy and noisy, but that's okay. Rodriguez noted these are specifically designed to review in comfort of your home and to prepare. At the airport, flyers can use sensory maps that identify areas with dense crowds, noisy beeping, strong smells, and other scenarios which could trigger stress On the flip side, locations with seating, natural light, art, and calm spots are highlighted. To read more, head on over to the Daily Herald at thedailyherald.com. This article was written by Marnie Pike from the suburbs. Check that out at thedailyherald.com. When we come back, we've got a few more stories to hit on here. Of course, here in the area, we want to make sure that we know everything that is going on, including how feds are making arrests across Chicago's north and near west sides. Stick around, more WRMN 10 o'clock news coming up after this.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids right here in our own backyard are facing hunger every day? Without healthy food, it's harder to grow, to thrive, to feel their best.
The impact when children don't have enough to eat is tremendous because when you're hungry and your basic needs aren't being met, you cannot learn.
Every child deserves to be fed. This is a problem we know how to solve. Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Breakfast in the classroom contributes to kids being more focused, which leads to higher grades, and simply just their well-being.
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Before the weather gets too cold, it's time to finish up those outdoor jobs. That's why ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and to the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
Hey Bear fans, want your business heard during every heart-pounding moment of the game? WRMN 1410 is now offering in-game ad spots for Chicago Bears broadcasts. Be part of the action as thousands of die-hard listeners tune in each week. Whether it's a touchdown, a turnover, or a timeout, your message will be right there in the mix. Spots are limited and going fast. Call WRMN 1410 today and score big with in-game advertising that delivers results. WRMN 1410, where Chicago comes to play. Get in the game with the Chicago Bears and WRMN.
Back to the WRMN 10 o'clock news. Our next story comes from the Chicago Sun-Times. Feds make arrests across Chicago's north and near west sides. Federal immigration agents blanketed Chicago's affluent north and near west sides Friday, making immigration arrests in neighborhoods that haven't been targeted as often as others in the past 6 weeks of President Donald Trump's aggressive deportation campaign. Feds smashed one man's car window outside of a family health center where his pregnant partner had an appointment. Other agents grabbed 2 construction workers from a house and tear gassed neighbors on the residential block. Agents took 2 men from outside of a comedy club. One group grabbed an Amazon delivery driver. The scenes marked the 3rd consecutive day federal agents swarmed the city in what seemed like a new level of escalation in their immigration enforcement blitz, even for the standard they had set since early September. The push caught the attention of U.S. District Judge Sarah Ellis, who has shown increased frustration with the Fed's tactics. On Friday, she ordered top Border Patrol Commander Gregory Bravino, who threw a tear gas canister into a Little Village crowd a day earlier, to court next week. Community Facebook group Groups are full of reported sightings of the feds and all morning Friday in the West Town, Ukrainian Village, and Wicker Park. Autumn Brown, 22, whose apartment windows overlook the Erie Family Health Center in West Town, said it was terrifying. She said the Erie Healthcare Center, which provides community resources and a daycare. That's where the group of agents in camouflage gear approached a man in his car, broke his window, and dragged him out. Bystanders said his partner, who was 8 months pregnant, was inside the center. She could be heard yelling that she's pregnant on video posted to social media. Brown said, especially with a daycare, I just kept thinking about the kids and how they had to witness that. I saw a couple of children at the windows. Kevin Davis, a spokesman for Erie Family Health Centers, said there was a violent interaction with ICE agents outside here with a member of our community. Davis said he couldn't confirm any details about a patient receiving care at the center. Davis went on to say, it's jarring for members of the community for something like this to happen right here. We want to make sure, especially as tenants in the community, that the community members feel safe. State Representative Lily Jimenez said outside the health center, the detention of soon-to-be father was unacceptable. This is the definition of kidnapping, she said. Border Patrol agents went inside a home of the 3300 block of North Lake Avenue, where two vehicles full of federal agents pulled into a house. They went into the house, grabbed the workers, and tried to flee to safety. Two managed to find refuge inside, but the other two were arrested. Bovada said federal officers jumped over a fence and went into the front lawn without asking the workers questions or showing a warrant. They were all over the yard, all over the front, the back, and our balcony. It's just horrible because these workers are working so hard. They just want to make money for their families and build a life for themselves. Read more at the Daily Herald or over at the Sun-Times. We've also used Shaw Local in today's program. Stick around for more WRMN.